kind enough to tell us a bit of details about this new bill that has been passed by Parliament.
Thank you very much, my brother, and good evening to your cherished listeners as well. Yes, Road Traffic Amendment Bill 2025 Act 683 was brought to Parliament late yesterday under certificate of urgency by the Minister for Roads and Minister for Transport. This bill has been around for a while. I mean, this proposed amendment, has been around for a while. In the 8th Parliament, the previous administration tried to lay it. Couldn't. They were not successful because of some few issues that they needed to work on. So we couldn't lay it and work on it. Finally, I think it has been brought to Parliament and it has been worked on. I believe these were the very issues that the previous government was going to look at it. Most of the issues, so it's a continuation of where the previous government started from. Then this government have come in to complete it. So, it's a good thing that the new government has taken it over and has been able to get it passed. It will improve the safety of our public transport and commercial tricycle and motorcycle operators. It will also help those who want to ride motorbike, but they don't because of their age issue. It prevents them, because the existing law prevents them to get a license to be able to use this motorbike and tricycles for commercial purposes. Now the age has been reduced from 25 to 21, which will help get more people who are within that bracket who want to also engage or who are already engaging in the commercial, using motorbike and tricycle for commercial activities, to be able to do it legally now. Previously, this act, you remember in 2012 when President Mahama's government passed a regulation to ban the commercial operation of motorbike. The regulation became a big issue. This government came in and we did not go ahead. The Kufuor government came in and we did not pursue it. We decided to not touch it, leave it as it is to operate. But later on, we were doing a lot of consultation to ensure that we cover a lot of the stakeholders to get their opinion before we can do any major amendment on the act. So, finally it has been done today. We'll be able to pass it. It was just about 14 amendments that were sent to Parliament to get it done, so that it can be passed and they can operationalize it and all that. So, I think it's a good thing, a very forward activity that have been done, and I'm happy that some of the issues that have been raised previously that we could not work on it, finally Parliament has been able to work on it.
You say that this bill will help improve the transport sector. How is it going to improve it?
If you take, let's say, even the aviation sector, it isn't regulated by the civil aviation. If you go to the maritime sector too, it is also being regulated by the Maritime Authority. But when it comes to the commercial transport sector, there is no regulator. So anybody does anything that they want. But Parliament during the previous administration passed the National Road Safety Authority Act, which now mandates National Road Safety Authority to regulate the commercial transport industry. And there were some bottlenecks that we should have done before they are able to operationalize the law. Some of it that the Road Safety Act, there were certain portions of it which needed to be amended before National Road Safety will be able to implement fully their new law. So this amendment that we have done now paved the way to give more power to National Road Safety Authority to enforce certain safety measures and also regulate commercial transport activities. You know, in that act, in the National Road Safety Act, one of the things is that henceforth now every commercial car operator or any vehicle owner or operator must belong to a union, and the union should not be less than 20 members of the union. So you will not have these individuals who buy their cars and put it on the road. If you don't belong to a union which is registered as a company, you cannot operate your car as a commercial vehicle operator. And you will also be mandated to be issued a license, annual license that will be renewed. This license will serve as more or less like a certificate to the commercial vehicle operators that they have the certificate to operate as a commercial vehicle owners, and that one will be able to sanitize the system, regulate the system. Those vehicle owners who fail to adhere to some of these measures or some of these regulations that soon will be coming up, the National Road Safety has the right to withdraw whatever annual license that they will, certificate that they will do. So you cannot operate as a. So I think it is. It is to help to sanitize the system.
How do you react to people who say that indeed this bill has come a bit too late, because already without the bill and without the regulation, we see how these Okada riders and the Pragya drivers or riders, anyhow you put them, operate on the streets. So this bill has come a bit too late.
Yes. You know, they have been operating without the proper laws to regulate the activities. Now this law is to regulate how they operate. The law is going to address more safety issues. You cannot be operating with operating Okada or using your tricycles to carry to offer commercial services without having following the appropriate safety measures that the law has captured or have been put down. If you flout any of it, it means you'll be penalized by the law. But now these things have been put in place. So no commercial motorcycle or motorbike Okada operator can operate without adhering to these laws. So they might be operating previously because there was a vacuum. There was no law to regulate them. Now there's a law, so they will not have any excuse. And I think it is a good thing. So at least they will be able to account for their services, and properly the regulatory body too can also give proper oversight to their operations.
I've just received a message from a listener, and this is the question. It says, Sammy, ask Honorable this question. Even with this law or this new regulation help regulate how these Okada riders ride about in town, disrespecting traffic regulations and doing anyhow they want on the streets?
Well, that's what I'm saying now. It's like the law is the law. I mean, if the law says that you should not do A, B, C, D, and you go and do it, and the law gets you, you'll be penalized. It's like drivers, those people who are driving cars in town, they know the law, but some of them commit some of these traffic offenses, and when they are being caught, they penalize them. So it's the same thing. So if you are a car driver and operator and you go to commit some kind of law and you have been apprehended, that one you have no excuse. The law will deal with you. So I don't want to give any exceptional rule that because they are Okada riders, they can do certain things. That's why we brought the law. Previously there was no law. I think they were part of the stakeholder engagement, and their leaders took part in the engagement. So I'm sure they have gone back to explain or educate their people. So they will not have any, they can't have any excuse to give. So yes, they might be riding anyhow in town. But now you are a passenger sitting behind a commercial Okada operator. Now you also have a responsibility. Now that the law has come, you need to understand what the law says. So when you are sitting behind those people and they are riding anyhow carelessly in town, then you will be, if you don't, you call the attention to it, or you draw any security person who is around, or you take the number of the motorbike and give it to the security people to deal with that person. So it's as simple as that.
Kennedy, finally, before I let you go, before you came on the line, I was speaking to the PRO of the Okada Association. He spoke about insurance claims. In the bill, is there an aspect for insurance claims for both the rider and the pulling rider?
Well, that one once it's an insurance, it's between the owner of the vehicle or the owner of the motorbike. It's an arrangement between or agreement between them with the insurance operator. We have passed a law. We cannot dictate to a private entity that provides insurance services as what. But we will ensure that it is in the law that every Okada or tricycle must be duly registered and insured. That one we are putting that law there. So we will ensure that if you are operating, you have insurance and your motorbike is also, or your tricycle is also registered. That is the responsibility, and that is what the law wants to do. So if the Okada operator wants talking about claims, that should be an arrangement, understanding agreement with their insurance providers.
Kennedy, thank you very much for your time. Kennedy Osei Nyarko is the Member of Parliament for the Akim Swedru constituency and ranking on the Road and Transport Committee of Parliament. This